All right, we have been trying to figure out the solution for a system of equations, and we know that if the lines cross one time, they have one solution, and it's where they cross. We know that if the lines are parallel, they have no solutions, and if the lines are on top of each other, it's infinitely many solutions. So now, we did that the past 2 days by graphing, and we'd look at the graph and decide. And that's kind of tough, and if you don't make your graph exactly straight, you can't see where it goes. So today I'm going to show you how to do it without a graph and do it with what we call the substitution method. To use the substitution method, I've got my two equations here. Whichever one has a y equals something or an x equals something, we're going to circle the back part of it. Now, this says y equals 3x. I'm going to take this 3x and substitute it right there for a y. So I'm going to write x plus 2. Instead of writing a y to copy that bottom problem, I'm going to write my 3x equals negative 21. 2 times 3x is 6x, so x plus 6x equals negative 21. 1 plus 6, I just do that regular. 1 plus 6 is 7x equals negative 21. I'm going to divide both sides by 7, and I get x equals negative 3. So remember, the solution when they cross is a coordinate, an x and a y. Well, we just figured out what x is. And so instead of an x, I'm going to put a negative 3 right here. All right, now the only thing left is to figure out the y. I'm going to take this first problem and just rewrite it. Y equals 3x. All right, but now I know x is negative 3. I'm going to take that away, take that x away, and just put a negative 3 in its place. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. So my solution to this equation is negative 3, negative 9. Sorry, I don't know why it went blue on me. Let's look at this bottom one. You can see that y equals 2x minus 5. So instead of y in that top problem, I'm going to write 5x minus 2. I'm going to put a 2x minus 5 in place of the y because that's what y equals. It's 14. We have to distribute 5x minus 4x plus 10 equals 14. Now, I'm going to put this together, old school baby math. 5 minus 4 is 1x. I'm going to copy down my plus 10 equals 14. Go ahead and subtract 10. 1x equals 4. I don't really have to say 1x because we know if we have an x, we have 1x. All right? So remember, we have to write this in coordinates. So we know our x is a 4. Now we have to figure out y. I'm going to copy down this second problem. Y equals 2x minus 5. In your place of this x, I know that x's are 4s. 2 times 4 minus 5 is a 3. So if I were to graph these two lines right here, they would cross one time at 4, 3. All right, we need to look at number 3. I see that the x equals negative 5x minus 3. Whenever the x or the y is alone, that's the part I want to use. So I know that's what x equals. So instead of x, that's what I can write. 3 negative 5y minus 3 minus 2y equals 8. we have to distribute negative 15y minus 9 minus 2y equals 8. Let's do some old school baby math with these guys. Negative 15 minus 2 is negative 17y minus 9 equals 8. I'm going to add 9 to both sides. I end with negative 17y equals 17. Now we both know we got to divide by negative. So y equals 17 divided by negative 17 is just a negative 1. So we know our y is negative 1. So x equals negative 5y minus 3. And remember, it's x and y. So I have to put my negative 1 where that y goes. All right? Up here, I rewrote the problem. I'm going to erase my y and put a negative 1 in its place. Negative 5 times negative 1 is 6 minus 3. X equals 3. So the solution where these two lines cross is 3, negative 1. All right, on number 4, you have y equals and y equals, so which one do we circle? Well, it doesn't really matter. You could circle either of them. I'm just going to circle the top one. And since it's what y equals, I'm going to put it right here where that y goes. So when I write my new problem, it's going to be 6x plus 8 equals negative 4x minus 2. All right, we've got to get the x's on one side. I'm going to move them this way. And we got to get the numbers on that side. So let's move the x's first. I'm going to add 4x on this side and add 4x on that side. It goes away. 10x plus 8 equals negative 2. Now I'm going to move that 8 by subtraction. So I get 10x equals negative 10. It's easy now. We just divide. And I get x is negative 1. So I know that x is going to be a negative 1, and the x's always come first, then the y's. So now I'm just going to take that, y equals 6x. I'm rewriting my equation. But instead of an x, I'm going to erase it. And I'm going to put a negative 1 in. 6 times negative 1 is negative 6 plus 8. You still type that straight in your calculator, you'll get a 2. So that means when I draw those lines on my graph, if I was doing that, the answer would be negative 1, 2. We are going to do these last 3 problems right here, and then I want you to do 2 of them on your own. So in this first one, I'm going to circle that 3x minus 5. It says y equals, so I'm going to put that in place of the y. 4x minus 3. I'm not going to write y, I'm going to write 3x minus 5 equals negative 35. I got to distribute that guy to start with. 4x minus 9x plus 15 equals negative 35. I'm going to put these guys together with old school baby math. 4 minus 9 is negative 5x plus 15 equals negative 35. I'm going to subtract 15. I'm left with 5x equals negative 50. Divide by 5. X is negative 10. I'm going pretty quick, so pause it when you need to catch up. I'm going to rewrite that first problem. Y equals 3x minus 5. I'm going to erase my x and put in a negative 10. All right, 3 times negative 10 is negative 30 minus 5. That would be negative 35. So my answer to this problem, my x is negative 10, my y is negative 35. That would mean if I were to graph these on my coordinate plane, they would meet down here at negative 10, negative 35. Maybe they meet like right there. So they have one solution. All right, let's look at this second one. We have another one of those that says y equals y, which means it's easy for us. We just pick one. I'm going to pick the top one. I'm going to circle it. I'm going to put it in right there. So it'll be 5x plus 2 equals 5x minus 3. All right? The first thing we need to do is get the 5x over here. So I'm going to subtract 5x. That goes away. 5 minus 5. That's nothing. It goes away. I'm left with 2 equals negative 3. Does 2 equal negative 3? Absolutely not. That is not true. 2 equals 2. Negative 3 equals negative 3. They don't equal each other. So I know when they don't really equal each other, this is going to be no solution. And when we have no solution, we know that those lines are what? Parallel, Miss Hall. That's right. These lines are going to be parallel. They never touch. They have no solution. All right, this is our last one. We're going to circle the top, and we're going to put it in for the y. So 4, instead of y, we have 3x plus 1 equals 12x plus 4. Distribute. 12x plus 4 equals 12x plus 4. All right, we got to move these 12s over. So I'm going to subtract 12 on that side. 12 minus 12, well, that marks out 2. But now I have 4 equals 4. Is that true? Absolutely. 4 equals 4. Yes, 4 equals 4. That is true. That means that I have infinitely many solutions. That means that when I graph this one, it's going to be the same line. So we kind of we can draw it like that, but it's the same line. All right. I want you to flip over to the practice, and I want you to pick 2 problems on that page to answer. Any 2. You'll either have a coordinate answer, like what we got right here. You'll have a no solution or infinitely many solution, okay? So pick 2 on that next page. I think it's 1 through 6. Yeah, 1 through 6, you pick 2 of them and work them out. All right, thank you.